In the dead of night, radar dishes across the high Himalayas begin spinning at maximum rotation. Deep inside military command centers, operators track the airspace as fighter squadrons are ordered to the flight line. Less than a week earlier, the valleys of Kashmir were filled with summer tourists. Civilian markets were open, and the region was enjoying an extended period of relative calm. That calm was broken by the Pahalgam attack. Heavily armed militants struck without warning, targeting vital logistics routes and causing immediate casualties. The assault instantly created a severe security vacuum in the sector. Local populations were left exposed, and intelligence reports indicated follow-up attacks were highly probable within days. The Indian government faced a narrowing window. Doing nothing meant accepting further vulnerability, while launching a counteroffensive carried the extreme risk of triggering a wider conflict. Policymakers had to thread a very narrow needle. They needed to neutralize the immediate terror threat without escalating the situation into a catastrophic regional war. Inside emergency command centers, the focus shifted from the initial shock to raw intelligence gathering. Analysts worked around the clock, processing intercepted communications and ground reports. Military planners were handed a very strict mandate. Any retaliatory strike had to be executed with absolute precision, and there was zero tolerance for civilian casualties. This topographical map shows how planners identified their objectives. By relying heavily on high-resolution satellite imagery, they located militant training camps situated in isolated high-altitude terrain, distinctly separated from the shaded civilian population zones. The response required a highly calculated approach. The military had to project force and eliminate the targets, while exercising intense strategic restraint to keep the conflict contained. In the pre-dawn hours at a forward airbase, ground crews work in near silence. Every fueling sequence and weapons check is executed with careful coordination to maintain absolute operational security. High above the target zones, advanced surveillance drones circle undetected. They stream live thermal video directly back to the command center, painting a real-time operational picture of the terrain. To guarantee accuracy, the operation relies on precision-guided munitions. This interface illustrates the mechanics. A crosshair calculates exact coordinates, locking onto a specific grid point. Notice how the trajectory line is programmed to bypass adjacent structures. The munitions adjust flight paths in real time, curving away from red-shaded noted X zones. Advanced technology was the critical factor here. It provided the exact mechanical control needed to enforce the strict diplomatic mandate of zero collateral damage. The moment of execution arrives. Fighter jets accelerate down the dark runway, lifting off just as a faint glow appears on the horizon. The squadrons fly low through the mountain passes, masking their approach as they close the distance to the isolated targets. Back in the command center, operators watch the telemetry screens, tracking the exact trajectory of the payloads the second they drop from the aircraft. The strikes hit the isolated camps with exact precision. The strict rules of engagement are upheld, resulting in the complete destruction of the military targets and zero impact on civilian infrastructure. With the primary objectives neutralized, the pilots bank their aircraft and return safely to base, touching down just as the morning sun fully crusts the mountains. The kinetic phase is over in a matter of minutes. The flawless execution instantly shifts the crisis out of the military domain, turning it directly into a global diplomatic event. As morning news broadcasts go live, the world wakes up to the reality of the overnight military action. This global map tracks the immediate diplomatic response. Nodes light up across major world capitals, with pulsing lines converging on South Asia as international pressure mounts. Foreign ministries and international diplomats quickly issue statements calling for extreme restraint, expressing deep concern over a potential regional escalation. India's diplomatic corps initiates an intricate series of communications. They present the satellite evidence and the zero collateral outcome to international partners, justifying the strike as a localized preemptive security measure. Navigating these international relations proves to be a vital component of the operation. Managing the geopolitical tension requires the same level of care as the military strike itself. Ultimately, the high risks of the operation are contained. The localized nature of the strike prevents the tension from spiraling into a wider regional war. The precise elimination of the camps successfully reestablishes a boundary of deterrence, sending a clear message regarding the cost of future terror attacks. Along the border, morning patrols resume in a peaceful landscape, the national flag waving steadily above the outposts. Operation Sindoor proved that a nation can forcefully protect its security through precise, calculated action while maintaining